Hey, what's up everybody? ESAM here bringing you another video. This one going to be my tournament wrap-up for Dreamhack Montreal. So obviously I haven't put out a video in a little bit. That's because I wasn't home and I didn't have my camera or my computer that I could edit with. So this is going to be a few weeks back. But I'm going to actually be talking about what my content is going to look like on YouTube in a different video. But so let's just get started. So Dreamhack Montreal was 2 weekends ago. I actually entered 4 events, being Melee Singles, Melee Doubles, Wii U Singles, and Wii U Doubles. In Melee Doubles, I teamed with Kid Boogie, the Ice Climber main from either NorCal or New York. And then Wii U Doubles, I obviously teamed with MVD. So let us just jump into Melee Doubles. So actually, I'm going to have the timestamps like here. For what I'm talking about, so if you're not interested in the Melee part of it, you can just skip to those timestamps, so go do that. But so anyway, Melee Double, so I teamed with Kid Boogie. Round 1 we beat Correct and Libido W, and I don't remember who they play. I keep saying I need to write these things down, but then I forget. But also this was a really busy day for me, because actually Friday in the event, there wasn't anything, it was just kind of like a free play day. So Saturday was 4 events, getting doubles completely done with, and then getting singles out to top 8. So it was a lot of effort. So both my doubles were at the same time. So Kid Boogie and I, we 2-0'd Correct and Libido W, then we 2-0'd Nublim and Uno, then we 2-0'd Melpy X and Rudo, and I'm sorry, I don't really remember who they played, because at this point, you know, I'm going back and forth between all the games and everything. Then we had a set with Nightmare and None, the Canadian, Falcon, and Marth, obviously. So we're up 2-0, we win, they go ask the TO something for like, oh, should this be 3 out of 5 or not? And then the TOs at some point say yes. So they come back, be like, oh, hey, we have to play, we have to finish the 3 out of 5, it's supposed to be 3 out of 5, and we're like, oh, okay. We get reverse 3-0, and then we go up and report, and we're like, yeah, we lost 3-2, and they were like, wait, what? It's not supposed to be 3 out of 5, this is the round before quarters, or I guess it's winners quarters, so you still have, it's still 2 out of 3, because only top 8 is best of 5, and we go, oh, okay. And so they mark us as winning 2-0 because that's what we were up in the set. So we end up winning that 2-0. It was kind of unfortunate. Then we get bodied by Chudat and Chillin' Dude 3-0. Double Ice Climbers on the field was kind of weird. It was hard to deal with. I mean, Chillin' and Chew obviously just a lot of synergy there. They were just, and obviously both players being old school players are really good versus both Samus and Ice Climber, so it's kind of hard for us to really get anything started. So we do lose that 3-0, where we drop into loser's bracket, where we have to play Tranimal and Legend, which was a Puff Chic team. So it was, I remember it was 1-1. I think we won game 1, they won game 2. Game 3, I win a 2v1 against both of them, so they were both at relatively high percent. I killed the Sheik. I remember Fire or Rock Transformation comes up, and I have Beam, and I'm just kind of chilling there. I'm just like, and it goes down, and I'm like, okay, well, this Puff is going to jump. So it's like, literally, like, we were standing still for 45 seconds just because of the transformation, and then suddenly it's just like, jump charge shot, and I kill him, and it was just like, oh my god, people were so hyped about that. So then we lose game 4. Game 5, I win another 2v1. This one was actually ridiculous. So they were both at like mid percents and I was at low percent. They get me to about 80 really quick. I kill the Puff with like just a waveline forward smash, just he didn't expect it, I guess. So I got that, and then I should have totally lost to the Sheik, because I don't remember which ones. I'm pretty sure Tranimal's the Sheik. But so we do that, and at some point he's edge guarding me, and I clip his double jump with my tether onto the stage, and so he isn't able to recover, and so I win. So I clutch out 2 2v1s to advance into loser semis, where we had to play Ryan, Ford, and Kage, and that was pretty rough. I'm pretty sure it was a 3-0. Again, they have a lot of synergy. You know, me and Kid, this was our first time ever teaming, because Kid was kind of just like, hey, want a team? And I was like, oh, okay, that works. So we do that, and he actually, so we got bodied that set. So both teams we lost to were like two really solid teams. So I was pretty happy about that. So next up is going to be Melee Singles. So this was after both doubles. So the pools were kind of weird at this event, just because they were separating like pools into top 64, but only like 200 or so people entered both games. So my round 1 pool was actually just 2 sets, which was versus Pout and Ferox, and I 2-0'd both of them. So I don't remember who Pout played, but I do remember that Ferox played Marth. There was some drama with, like, you know, the pool was kind of behind, and so they were running all the losers bracket matches, and me and him had to play. We were gonna go to stream, we didn't go to stream. We were gonna go to stream, we didn't go to stream, and then we just played off stream. And I remember, so that was kind of weird. So I advanced to the top 64 pretty quickly, obviously, where I had to play Simo, who was I think it was a Falcon main. I won 2-0. Then next up I had to play Kage, and this was where best of 5 started. So game 1 I totally had it. I flubbed so much versus Kage game 1, and ended up being a last hit victory for him. I win game 2 really solid. He bodies me on Yoshi's. Then he gets out to a small lead on Stadium, and I didn't really feel like I wanted to camp. So I just kept fighting him, and fighting Ganon is a bad idea, like up close, like CQC, is not a really good idea. So I lost that, and so I lose 3-1 to Kage. Obviously, he ended up getting second at the the event, so it was totally fine, like in retrospect, because he beat me and then Chu and then Hugs and then lost to None and then beat Chu again and then lost to Hugs again. So that was actually really, really impressive. So after that, I had to play Virance, I think it was a Peach main. I win that 3-0. I'm pretty good at the Peach matchup when it's not Armada, because Armada is a whole nother breed of person. Then after that, I have to play Plum, and I think that was either a Falco. No, that was a Falcon. I remember that because I was bodying him the third game for it to be a 3-0, and then he got like 2 super sick combos on me, and None was watching, and he was like, "Oh, that was nasty." He didn't realize it was a tournament. And then after that, I ended up losing to Ryan Ford 3-1. I won the first game, and I guess that gave him enough data so that he was able to just beat me the rest of the set. So that was kind of unfortunate, but obviously Ryan Ford, an amazing, amazing player. You know, he's had a pretty good resurgence recently. So I do end up getting 9th in Melee Singles, which is pretty good considering I hadn't entered a Melee Singles event since September. So about a year. So that's a long time, actually. You know, it's crazy to think of that. I hadn't entered a Melee Singles event in almost a year, or about a year. So that was that. And so now let us go into Wii U doubles. So first set, we play Selfie Wall and Xeno, and I don't remember who they played because I'm a bad person, and we 2-0'd them. Then we played against Spamalanche and Zhao something. It's not showing up. Zhao, okay, there's also a ... there. So Zhao Gun something. I don't know, I actually can't see it. But we end up winning that 2-0. Come on, Smash GG. Then after that, we play Thunder and Slayonetta. So Thunder, the Re main that had a pretty good bracket at SmashCon, and Slayonetta, which is Mistake's brother, who obviously plays Bayonetta with that name, and we win that 2-0. That was pretty solid. I mean, all these games, I'm pretty sure we it wasn't close, like none of them. We 5-stocked and 6-stocked like everyone up until this point. Then we play against Smock and Venom. So Cloud Ryu team, and we did again very, very well there. We got a lot of edge guards. We get pretty much everything we needed to do to get that game. And then we play against Anti and Mistake, and they bodied us. Oh my god. It was so hard for us to get anything started because Mistake was so good at just being there when he needed to, and Anti, especially, you know, if you don't have a full stage to space him, he's really, really unpredictable in doubles, and he's obviously really good at doubles, so we couldn't really get anything started. Game 1 MVD went Cloud, I don't remember which, I think he went Diddy Kong actually, and he got super bodied because he just got edge guarded really quick twice, died under 80% twice, and then, you know, games 2 and 3 I think he went Cloud, or it was the other way, I don't remember, and we couldn't really get anything started. There was a close game, one of them, but it was so hard. So they win 3-0. I think they ended up winning the tournament with dropping a game or 2, so they actually just played amazingly well throughout the whole event. So then after that, we had to play against Fwed and Z, so Fox Mewtwo. I think Z was Mario in the first game, and we bodied that, and then he went Mewtwo, and those were a bit closer, but we were still able to clutch it out. Again, me and MVD pretty good at that. And then next up, we lost to Black Twins and Dark Aura 3-2 or 3-1, I think. I don't remember. So that team was it was really, really weird to play against because the Greninja in general, it's so hard to start offense on him, and Black Twins as a Cloud is really weird. His movement is not like other Clouds. He's very patient, and then he'll just not even moving back and forth, but just kind of walking around, and then suddenly it'll be just super fast up airs and blah blah blah. It's whoa. So his burst options are really good. Their teamwork was amazing, you know, and just shurikens and up B from Greninja and just his randomly safe aerials or good spacing made it really, really awkward for us to get anything started the whole set. I tried to edgeguard Dark Aura or something, and then I got up B'd for it, and so did Black Twins, and he started cross-slashing, so we go all the way up in the top of Dreamline, and then I get cross-slashed and die. So it was really, really unfortunate, but they ended up winning that 3-2, so me and MVD get 4th in doubles, just like me and Diskid Boogie, so 4th for doubles. You know, I feel we could have done better. You know, we would have had our run back, or not our run back, we would have had to play Larry and Ally in Losers Finals, where I feel we could have done that, but me and MVD, you know, we didn't play bad, in my opinion. I don't think we played poorly at all, because we were playing really, really well the rest of the tournament, so that was just kind of awkward, and both teams were pretty, good. I mean, Black Twins and Dark Aura team all the time. Anti and Mistake, obviously both very, very talented doubles players. So, you know, again, want to do better, but it's unfortunate, and that's the way the cookie crumbles. So, you know, we do that. And then the prime event for me, which is going to be Wii U singles. And so, again, similar to Melee singles, I only played 2 rounds in pools before I got to top 64. So round 1 was against Mies. That was a Mario Lucas main, and I went Samus for both games, so I won that 2-0. I remember Game 2, I took like 5% or something. I got hit literally once, and I was able to win that, so that was pretty good. Then after that, I had to play against Nikita, and she played Pikachu, and it was really funny because she was just like, oh my god, like I was hoping that, you know, when I was here, I was able to play you, and I ended up getting to play you in bracket, so that's awesome. But so I 2-0 her, you know, Pika Ditto, and so that advanced me into top 64, where round 1 I had to play Bread, which was a 2 out of 3, so I ended up winning that really solid. Again, I'm very good at the Zero Suit matchup. I don't think I dropped a stock. And something to note here was most Canada rule sets have Dreamland and Battlefield split, and so he was able to counterpick me to Battlefield because I banned Dreamland, because obviously that's the main stage that's really good for Zero Suit, but he ended up not doing that anyway, ended up taking me to town, which I thought was really funny. But so I win that 2-0, very solid. Then next up I had to play against Dark Aura, the Greninja main that I lost to in doubles, and I won that 3-0. You know, we had some really interesting games. Like game 1, I'm pretty sure it was just like hands for me. Then game 2, he got off to an incredibly fast start, killed me. He had like 20%, and then I ended up bringing back and winning because I guess I had the read. You know, Greninja is a character that really struggles to kill once you get outside of his like few kill confirms until he has his up throw kill, kind of like Pikachu, right? Where it's like, okay, up throw thunder is really like you have jab block setups, you have up throw thunder, and then if you get out of up throw thunder, it's like, I hope I hit you with this random kill move or up throw at 180. So similar to that is Greninja in my opinion. Obviously his throw kills a bit earlier, but I was able to win that 2-0 just by being evasive the rest of the, or 3-0. But when being evasive, being obnoxious, and my offense was always a bit better than Dark Aura's, just because, you know, I'm the master of advantage state, right? So I do that all the time. And then after that, I, in winners quarterfinals, had to play Ally. And obviously I went Samus because Pikachu Mario is not a matchup I do anymore, so I went Samus the whole time. Game 1, I win. I don't remember if it was close or not, game 1. Game 2, he wins at the very, very end of the game. Like he hits my shield, I up B. I did it a little too slow, so he shields it. And you know, at the beginning of the game, I would charge shot, he would charge flood. So he just flooded me off stage at like less than 10%. I don't remember if it was like 0 or 4 or something like that. So that was really unfortunate for me. And so he ends up winning that game. And then game 3, I kind of get like a really early kill back because he gets really greedy for a spike at the beginning of game 3, and then I just jump and down air his 2 frame at like 40%, and he just died. So I win that game, and then I win game 4. I don't remember how close it was, but I remember it ended with a 4 tilt, so I was able to beat Ally again with Samus 3-1, which is actually the second time I beat him in Civil War, and that put me into top 8 where I had to play Dabuz, and that set was a 3-0. I actually, again, I thought I was going to lose this set because I talked to him about our Dreamhack Atlanta set, and he said, yeah, I didn't really have time to study between Evo and Dreamhack Atlanta, but this time I did, and I've been playing with Rydia, so I'll be good. And then I 3-0'd him, which was the only time I think I've ever 3-0'd him. Ever, so that was cool, and so I ended up winning that 3-0, advancing into winners finals where I had to play Mistake, and Mistake, you know, beat me at SmashCon, and I actually won 3-2. I was very, very pleased with this, because sometimes Bale's like, I feel like I'm really, really good at the matchup, and then sometimes I'm like, why am I getting hit by everything? But recently I've been able to be like, oh, well, since I'm getting hit by everything, time to play like a small character that does not want to get hit, similar to Captain L, although probably less efficient because he's really, really good at that. So when I just had a lead, I wouldn't let him hit me like the rest of the game. And so I win that 3-2. I think he won games 1 and 3. I remember he was able to counterpick me to Dreamland because I had to ban Battlefield because I didn't want to group them. Or he didn't want to group them rather, so he ends up taking me to Dreamland on his first counterpick and winning. No, yeah, so I won game 1, he won game 2 and 3, because he won on my counterpick, which is why he was able to go back to Dreamland game 5, but game 5 I ended up 2-stocking him. There was that little silly interaction where like, I forward smash and his jump, and I was really mad because like, I try so hard to forward smash people's jumps off the ledge, and then it hits him on the ground because all electricity on the ground, and then he witch times it, and it like bucket breaks his momentum or just stops his momentum, and so he's able to recover, but ended up getting the kill immediately afterwards. So either way, I played so well the last few games, and that's it. Like game 1 was like but I win. Games 2 and 3 I played, in my opinion, mediocre. Mistake played really well. Obviously not taking anything away from Mistake. He is an amazing, amazing player. But the games 4 and 5 I played so solid. I think it was a double 2-stock games 4 and 5. I don't remember. I actually haven't looked at the VODs because again, I got home yesterday and I don't really like watching Twitch VODs on my phone. So I won that 3-2 to advance into grand finals, winner's side, which is the first time in like a decently stacked event in a long time or ever. So I know it's only a B tier, but there was I had to play Ally into Dabuz into Mistake, and that's a pretty hard bracket. So I ended up playing Larry in grand finals, and set 1 was so amazing. So I win game 1, he wins game 2, I counterpick to FD, he counterpicks to DK, and I go Samus, and I was winning the whole game. He's at like 120 and he reads 1, like he's super amazingly spaces around my ledge hop forward air and then grabs me for it at 60 and I die. So that was really unfortunate. You know, I feel like I should have gone, like in retrospect, I should have gone Pikachu because FD, you know, I'm able to juggle him for forever, and I do have quick attack to get away from sticky situations in the corner, which Samus does not have, even though I think Samus and Pikachu both do pretty well in the matchup. I just didn't want to play Pikachu versus a grappler. I didn't want him to get any like tendencies of mine, which was my thought process. But if I won that game, I probably would have won the set because I would have been able to go back to Smashville, which is where game 1 was. But unfortunately, didn't win that. So I end up having to counterpick to like Dreamland, which he goes back to Fox, and then I like 2-stocked him really quick. And game 5 was amazingly close. I start off with like this crazy string. I kill him and I'm at like 30%. And then Larry does the thing where he's really, really good at this game, so he just bodies me right back. And then we have like a last hit game and he reflects a thunder. You know, I got like a falling upper and I'm like, he's not gonna expect a thunder. And then he did, he shined it and I died. And so he ends up winning game 5 in the first set really close, and then set 2 rather was a 3-1 in his favor. He actually got a sick thing. He reflected another thunder, but it was at lower percent, so I didn't die like immediately. And then he reads an air dodge because I'm like panicking afterwards because I'm just like, oh god, and he reads that and backers me off stage and I die at like 100 and I was like, you're so sick. It was so good. Larry's so good. But so he ends up winning that 3-1 and I actually get 2nd place at Dreamhack Montreal in Wii U singles, which again, very, very good performance. I feel like it's solidifying my run for top 8, so I just have to do really well in my opinion at either GTX or Big House, and I will solidly be a top 10 player this season in my opinion. I mean, I don't know, someone maybe can like rise through the ranks, so like, if like, let's say like Anti wins GTX or something like that can happen, and you know, obviously that would bump me down a little bit, but I feel like I can really do it. Dreamhack Montreal as a whole was really small compared to the other Dreamhacks. You know, the venue was just smaller, there was less people, but it was still really fun. I mean, I was able to hang out with the Canadian crew, which I'm not honestly able to do that often. I got a bunch of poutine, or poutine, which is how they pronounce it. So, and I got that like every day that I was there. I obviously hung out with some Hearthstone players because Racy and Hotmouth were there. I was able to hang out with Alan and Jenna, who are people, you know, Alan obviously the CEO of Panda, and Jenna is one of our staff. So we were able to hang out with them. You know, actually, because we couldn't go home for the hurricane, we actually hung out at Jenna's house for like 2 days afterwards because she lives in Montreal. So that was kind of cool. And just the event overall, I mean, it was pleasant. It was definitely a fun event. You know, I hope next year it grows because that would be cool because I really like traveling to Canada. That was my first time in Canada and I really, really enjoyed it. We were at a really nice spot in downtown Montreal where like we were right next to the Bell Center, which is where the Montreal Canadiens play, the hockey team. So that was really good. So we were in a really nice part of town. We were able to walk around. It was actually beautiful for a city. The weather was perfect. And again, the venue was like, it was smaller compared to most Dreamhacks, but it was still a walking distance to our Airbnb. The food was amazing. It was a good time. And yeah, that is going to be about it for this one. I hope you all enjoyed. As always, social media and Panda and partner stuff is down below, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.